Hey there. So let's talk a bit about trauma. I just want to remind you that traumas don't just go away without someone being intentional about getting help. If you were traumatized as a child, whether you were emotionally abused, sexually abused, in whichever way you were abused, if you do not intentionally try to get help or go over the events that happened in the past, confront them and heal from them, they will keep repeating and will keep truncating a part of your life. You may be thriving in some part of your life, but other parts of your life will suffer. Take it from someone who went through childhood trauma and lived for years with trauma responses and triggers. It was really daunting. The crazy thing is that your mental health somehow gets entangled in the whole madness. So one minute you're fine, and then next minute you're not fine. Your emotions are going up and down, like it's so unstable. Anxiety, depression, like every crazy thing that you'd never even thought you would be dealing with. People always say heal, 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 but we don't often talk about how a person gets to the point of healing, right? Firstly, I know we don't like to hear this, but you must confront what happened in the past. You must confront everything from its root. You must deal with it, and then there begins your healing. Acknowledging that there's a problem, confronting it, and then getting help. Because you don't want a situation whereby you become the very thing that bruised you. We usually say hurt people, broken people, break people. We don't want to become that person because whether or not we like it, trauma or abuse always comes with responses or coping mechanisms, things that we pick up as we maneuver that phase. So if you were abused, there's a tendency that you might abuse another person. If you were abused as a child, we've had scenarios where people were sexually abused as children and they grew up abusing other people's children. We've had scenarios whereby people were bullied and they became bullies or their self-esteem crushed. If I ask virtually everyone watching this video, where did you learn to do some of the things you do, the ideologies you have, you would realize that you used them to cope during certain scenarios, or you just wanted people to look at you in a certain light. Let me especially say this to even Christians, right? I'm a Christian, and even when you give your life to Christ, the trauma doesn't just go. Traumas don't disappear like that. They are intentionally confronted, and with time, the person heals after revisiting that incident, walking through it, and then getting freedom for themselves. Jesus will not cover up what you have not exposed. That is who Jesus is. Every single person whom he healed in the scriptures exposed themselves to him. He saw their infirmity. And I'm saying this because people who go through trauma may tend to keep to themselves. They're not vulnerable, so they keep a lot of things to themselves. And even in prayer, it can be like that. I'm speaking from experience.